All right, let's dive right in. We're all trying to navigate the wild and, let's be honest, kind of chaotic world of AI security. Large language models are getting ridiculously powerful, and it feels like the ways to attack them are evolving just as fast. The good news? We have a new map for this journey, the updated OWASP Top 10 list for LLMs.
I mean, this is the big question, right? It's the central puzzle. We are building these incredible tools that are designed to be flexible, to follow pretty much any instruction we give them. But that exact quality, that flexibility, is what opens up a whole new can of security worms. It's the core problem everyone in the security space is trying to crack right now.
And whenever we need a guide in the world of software security, the first place we look is OWASP. For decades, this nonprofit has basically been the gold standard. They're the ones who create these foundational lists that tell developers, hey, this is what you really need to worry about. You could almost call them the cartographers of digital risk.
And that is honestly the perfect way to think about it. Imagine you're exploring a totally new frontier. You'd want a map, right? A map that shows you where the hidden cliffs are, where the dangerous animals are lurking, and which paths are safe to take. That's exactly what an OWASP Top 10 list is for any new technology. It's our map of the dangers out there. Now, it's worth knowing there are actually a couple of different AI security maps from OWASP. There's the ML Top 10, which covers the broader world of machine learning. But our focus today is right here on the LLM Top 10. Why? Because this is where things are changing at lightning speed, with totally unique risks that only apply to this new world of generative AI. So to really appreciate where we're going, we've got to take a quick look back at where we've been. Let's rewind the clock just a little bit and look at the very first map that OWASP drew up for this new territory, just last year.
Okay, so this was the state of play in 2023. This was the first draft of the dangers. We see things like prompt injection, of course, poisoning the model's training data, and even the threat of someone just outright stealing your model. It was a fantastic starting point, but in the world of AI, well, a year is basically a decade.
And that brings us to today, and to the newly revised map for 2025. Because the AI landscape has shifted so dramatically, with way more complex models and brand new attack methods popping up, OSP has had to completely redraw the boundaries of what's considered dangerous.
And this is what's so fascinating. Just look at how security thinking has evolved in a single year. Things like model theft and over-reliance, they're gone, off the list. And in their place, we have totally new threats showing up, like system prompt leakage and misinformation. This one chart just perfectly shows how fast our priorities have to change.
So let's grab our virtual magnifying glass and explore this new map in detail. We're going to walk through the 10 biggest dangers that you absolutely need to have on your radar if you're building with LLMs right now.
Kicking things off at number 1, it's the classic, the original and still the king, LLM 01, prompt injection. This is the art of smuggling your own instructions past the AI's defenses. It's kind of like a Jedi mind trick, where you convince the AI to completely forget its rules and follow yours instead. It's still number 1 because it is just so powerful and so incredibly hard to stop completely.
Coming in at number 2, we have LLM 02, sensitive information disclosure. This is the nightmare scenario where your helpful AI assistant turns into an accidental corporate spy. See, if the model was trained on sensitive company data, a clever user might be able to trick it into spitting out private customer info, trade secrets, or code it was never, ever supposed to share. Number 3 is all about the supply chain. You know, an AI app isn't just one thing. It's built from all these different parts, datasets, pre-trained models, code libraries, and if any one of those components from your supply chain is already compromised, well then your entire application is at risk. It's the classic Trojan horse problem, just retooled for the age of AI.
Next up, LLM 04, data and model poisoning. Think of this as sabotage right at the source. Attackers can deliberately poison the data an AI learns from. By feeding it bad information, they can create hidden biases, sneak in vulnerabilities, or even train the model to generate a specific malicious response when it hears a trigger word.
All right, number 5, LLM 05, improper output handling. The golden rule here is simple. Never, ever blindly trust what an LLM gives you. If your app takes the output from the AI, say a piece of code or a database query, and just runs it without checking and cleaning it first, you are swinging a massive door wide open for attackers. At number 6, we've got LLM 06, excessive agency. This is what happens when we start hooking LLMs up to other tools and give them the power to actually do things in the real world. You know, send emails, browse the web, buy things. If an attacker can hijack one of these powerful AI agents, it can do some serious damage on their behalf.
Now for one of the brand new dangers on the map, LLM-07 System Prompt Leakage. So the system prompt is like the secret set of instructions that defines an AI's personality, its rules, its entire mission. If a user can trick the AI into revealing that prompt, they can basically steal the secret sauce of a company's AI or learn the exact blueprint for how to bypass all its safety features.
Okay, this next one, LLM-08, gets a little technical, but stick with me. It's called vector and embedding weaknesses. Think of it this way. AIs don't store information in files like we do. They store it as a bunch of complex math in what's called a vector database. Well, attackers are now figuring out how to mess with this memory system to either poison the AI's knowledge or force it to pull up the wrong, maybe even harmful data when you ask it a question.
At number 9 is another huge new category, LLM-9, misinformation. This is all about the risk of the AI itself becoming a powerful engine for creating convincing lies, whether it's by accident, what we sometimes call hallucinations, or because of deliberate manipulation. An AI that confidently generates false information that sounds true can have some very serious real-world consequences.
And finally, wrapping up our list at number 10 is LLM-10, unbounded consumption. This is a massive financial threat. Basically, an attacker could find a way to trick an LLM agent into doing some task over and over and over again, getting it stuck in a loop. Before you know it, you could have a massive, unexpected bill from your cloud provider or have all your system resources totally drained.
So, we've just taken a tour of these 10 major dangers. After all that, what's the big picture? What is this new map really telling us about the road ahead?
If there's one thing to take away from all this, it's that the ground is constantly shifting under our feet. This 2025 list is our best map for today, but you can bet that attackers are already working on new ways to break things. Staying secure in the age of AI isn't some destination you arrive at. It's a constant process of learning, adapting, and staying vigilant. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought to chew on. As these models get smarter, as they gain more power to act on their own, and as they get woven deeper into our lives, what completely new, unforeseen dangers are we going to discover? What will the top threats even look like just a couple of years from now? Hey, thank you for joining this deep dive into the OWASP LLM Top 10. The world of AI is incredibly exciting, but like any new frontier, it really pays to have a good map. So stay curious, and above all, stay secure.